Hi guys, Kris from KVM Design. I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about time management strategies for maximum productivity. Nowadays it seems like time is really the enemy. Every small business owner that I talk to is struggling to find time to do it all. It seems like there are never enough hours in a day. You're constantly juggling from projects and clients to business operations, networking, admin, finances, your team. There's just too much. I'm talking from experience. There are days that I feel so stressed out that I keep switching from one task to the other and coming back to the first one. And at the end of the day, it feels like I have completed only 50% of what I wanted to accomplish. So today I want to talk about the difference between being busy versus being productive. It's really important, so stick around. Then we need to assess how we spend our time. It's very important because once you take a closer look and you know what distractions there are during your day, you're going to be able to be more productive. Then we're going to talk about the power of goal setting over hourly tasks, and that's something I feel very passionate about. Then we'll just talk about the must-have tools that you need in your life to maximize your time and increase your productivity all day. The last thing I will touch on is delegating to be more productive. Being busy versus being productive. What's the difference between the two? We all love to feel busy. It makes us look like we feel like we're accomplishing a lot. But when we're busy, most of the time we're not being productive. We start something and we get totally sidetracked with something else. So much so that we don't realize where our time is spent. There's something that I read on Forbes, and that says the most productive and efficient people are those that own their day versus letting their day own them. To be productive, you need to be in control of your days. You need to own them. You need to know exactly what you have to do and just stick to the list. You know how much I love lists, and focus on your 5 most urgent goals. Daily, weekly, monthly, doesn't matter. But don't start any other urgent task until these ones have been completed. Then you have to master your calendar and your lists. Yes, I always rave about how much I love them, and that's for a reason, because it gives you more control and more understanding about everything that you need to do in a day. And the feeling that you get when you get to put a tick mark, next to each item is really going to motivate you to do more. Then you need to eliminate distractions. I mean, it sounds obvious, but most of us don't even realize that we're being distracted. But they're the enemy of productivity. We stop halfway through a task to check our phone, to talk to a friend, to go play with the dogs, to do some laundry. And once you stop doing a task to do some small things like that, it's really hard to get back into it, because it takes time to really feel like you're in the zone. So once you're in the zone, try to stay in it for a set period of time. Then the second thing I wanted to discuss is you need to assess how you spend your time. Before we go into planning, you need to have a good understanding about where your time goes. What I suggested because what I'm talking about now is also in an article that I posted on my blog a few weeks ago. What you should do is take 2 or 3 days to really analyze how you spend your time. So every 15 minutes, just make a quick note on a paper about, okay, I worked on this, I stopped to do that, I stopped to check on my phone, blah, blah, blah. And after 2 or 3 days, just try to calculate how much time was wasted with distractions, because you know, we oftentimes don't even realize where our time goes. I don't always realize, oh, I just spent, you know, I stopped in the middle of a task to check on my phone and I stayed on my phone for half hour. That's a half hour you could have finished that task. So it's really important that you analyze where your time is spent. Third thing is the power of goal setting versus hourly scheduling. I have a big problem with hourly scheduling, and that's why most planners don't work for me, because it's a hour per hour setup, and I just think, I mean, I would never be able to organize my days like that. I prefer to organize my day by goals, so setting goals for the day. You know, have a few goals that you want to get done during the day, and get it done, and then you'll still have time for unplanned, you know, phone calls or last minute projects that need to be done. And I was reading about the Eisenhower box to be more productive and eliminate time wasting activities. I've put that diagram on my article in my blog, so make sure you check it out. I will put the link below. But it's good because it allows you to put each one of your tasks in different boxes. So the urgent tasks, the not urgent tasks, the one that you can delegate, and the ones that you can delete completely. And it's a good exercise to try. I've tried it, and it's definitely helped me understand, you know, which tasks I add to my list that are not important, or that I could delegate to save more time doing something that matters more. So each week I set about 5 goals. They don't have to be done on a particular day, but they need to be done that week. They're probably important, but not completely urgent. And I also do the same with small personal tasks as well, because they're stuff that's not related to work that I need to be that I need to do on a set week. So I do that with personal tasks, and I also do that with social media. I have a content calendar, and it makes me stay on track. The tools to help you maximize your time and increase your productivity, there are a few that I use. I wanted to share them with you. The first one is any.do. It's an app. I will list it as well. It's a planning app that works both on your phone and on desktop. And what I love is that it's easy to plug in activities. You can decide of a time, but it's more the time of of the reminder. So the app reminds you of, oh, you need to be doing this today. What I love is the WhatsApp feature, because sometimes you just don't want to be in the app. I mean, sometimes I'm talking to someone on WhatsApp and I remember of something that I really want to do, and there's a conversation with any.do, and you can say, oh, add la 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 in my calendar for tomorrow at 10, and the app is gonna do it automatically, so you don't have to go in the app to add tasks to be done. You can just tell it on WhatsApp. And at the start of every day, you've got the app tells you, okay, it's time to look at your day, and then it shows you all the activities, all the goals that you need to get done during that day. So that's a really cool feature. Then something that I discovered recently is the Pomodoro method. Pomodoro is tomato in Italian. And it's, you know, like those little alarm clock for cooking. And it's a technique that is meant to teach you how to work in a set period of time. So you work with time instead of struggling with it. It works with a simple timer that works in 25-minute increments, with 5-minute breaks in between. So the idea is that you're in the zone for 25 minutes, then you take a break, you reassess, and then you start again. And I've always heard that it's great to be really into your work for a set period of time, but you've got to take breaks often. The last one, maybe it's not an app, it's not a computer fancy app, you know, it's old-fashioned pen and paper. I always plan my days. I mean, okay, this one is simple. Let's find, okay, this one is more organized. So I put everything that I need to get done, and I love using pen and paper. You know, I put all the different days, and I put everything that's relating to work, personal tasks as well, meetings, and as well I have this whole section here is for my social media. So now I plan my content on Google Sheets, so it's more organized and everything, but I love to put it as well on here because it helps me understand what my day is going to look like. And these days, you know, social media is important because, especially being an online business, I need to make sure that I show what I do with my clients online. Yeah, and that's how I network with you guys as well. So the last part is delegating to be more productive. Delegation is a powerful skill to master and a useful one to possess. Effective management and growth as an entrepreneur rely on the ability to delegate and do so effectively. The most obvious result of delegating is that there are now more people working on your list of deliverables. Sorry. As a business owner, it's important that you pick carefully what task you should be doing each day. Your time is worth a lot more than the time of your technicians. And you know, I rave about this all the time. I mean, that's why my business is based on outsourcing. You know, your team is busy working on the design, they're busy talking to the clients, going to site meetings, meetings with the clients, with the consultants, with the contractors. And if it doesn't make sense for you to hire an extra full-time employee, just think about delegating or outsourcing to someone outside your company, because your time is highly valuable and there are tasks that your in-house team can do that nobody else can do. But the rest, when it comes to rendering, 3D rendering or drafting, you know, any experts could do it, and it doesn't and it will cost you a lot less money if you outsource it. So just think about, it comes back to the Eisenhower box, you know, just think about what tasks can be delegated and what tasks can be deleted. So yes, that's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. Make sure you go check out my blog article because it really does give you a lot of information. This was just obviously an intro video, and you know, just analyze how you spend your time, because once you assess and you understand where your time goes, you'll be able to plan better.